The lights dim. There is a hush, a silence, a pause as you take a deep breath, and slowly in front of you, the curtains open, the spotlight shines in your eyes. I wonder when you think about Jesus, how you imagine him. Today I'd like us to explore the idea of an audience for one. So often in the Bible we find Jesus amongst the crowds. Matthew 4:24-25 says, "News about him spread all over Syria, and people brought to him all who were ill with various diseases, those suffering severe pain, the demon-possessed, those having seizures and paralysed, and he healed them. Large crowds from Galilee, the Decapolis, Jerusalem, Judea, and the region across the Jordan followed him." Chapter 8 says, when Jesus came down from the mountainside, large crowds followed him. Chapter 12 says, aware of this, Jesus withdrew from that place. A large crowd followed him, and he healed all who were ill. Matthew 13 said, that same day Jesus went out of the house and sat by the lake. Such large crowds gathered around him that he got into a boat and sat in it, while all the people stood on the shore. Matthew 14 says, when Jesus heard what had happened, he withdrew from the boat privately to a solitary place. Hearing of this, the crowds followed him on foot from the town. When Jesus landed, he saw a large crowd, and he had compassion on them and healed their sick. A large crowd followed him wherever he went. Isaiah tells us that Jesus wasn't anything to look at that would stand out. He wasn't a man marked with significant beauty, with strong muscles beyond what was normal. There was nothing about him that was remarkable from the outside. And yet, to these people, he was remarkable. The crowds followed him. Crowds of people hustling and bustling, jolting and digging their elbows at one another, surrounding, desperate to be near, to hear. We know the hillsides were full of thousands of people wanting to hear his message. Jesus attracted crowds of people. He had an audience of many. Sometimes he chose it just to be his friends, 12, 13 people sat around at the dinner table. A crowd, a small crowd. And other times it was bigger, like the 72. And other times it was these hundreds and thousands that would follow him through the dusty roads, through the gardens and pathways, the hillsides, the lakeside, the sea, to hear what he had to say and to be near him. I wonder when you think about Jesus, where you see yourself in that crowd. Are you there at all? Are you one of those people who just see a crowd of people walking past and are, I'm a bit nosy, are interested in what's going off and kind of sticking your nose in to see what's happening over there, what's happening? Oh, I don't want to miss out on something, and tagging along. Are you one of those people who actually loves being in a crowd? The anonymity of it, where it doesn't matter what you do or how you look, because there's lots of other people there and nobody is looking directly at you. Are you one of those people who wants to be at the front of the crowd, right up there where the action is, touching and smelling and being a part of everything close by? Are you in the middle, being moved along, even though actually you don't want to be in this crowd anymore? Where are you in the crowd today?